What is going on, everyone? Rob here with RK Motorsports, and today we are going to be working on creating a street legal jet ski. So right here in front of us, we have the two parts that are going to make up the street legal jet ski. Right here we have a 1985 Honda Elite 250. I picked this up about a couple months ago, and this thing is pretty mint. I got it from a guy that was like 78 years old. There's only like 11,000 miles on it. It's in really good condition. This thing wheelies. And this is going to be the perfect platform of what's going to power the street legal jet ski. Now this jet ski over here, I'm not exactly sure what year it is, but I know it's a Kawasaki 750 SS just by reading the decals on the side. I'm not a big jet ski guy, but this thing is in pretty good shape for what I'm going to use it for. We are going to cut a hole in the bottom and we're just going to drop the jet ski over top. It sounds easy, but you know, first things first, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to strip all of these plastics off of the scooter, and we're going to strip this down to the frame so we can kind of get a better idea of how this thing is designed and what we need to do to get that on there to make this happen. This scooter, even though it's a 1985, is still in really decent shape. So I'm not gonna really be destroying or throwing out the plastics at all. I'm gonna be keeping them and putting them in a separate box, just in case if I ever decide to restore this back to its original shape somewhere down the road. All right, so I've got pretty much everything stripped off the scooter so far. Everything's over here, nice and intact. I'm going to package everything up and kind of put that away in this box. But I did notice there's one thing that I still need to do. In order for this bike to run, I have to get the fuse box, because this plug was on like the inside of the front fairing, and that went through to the inside here, and the fuse box is here. So I'm gonna have to disconnect that and then put it on the scooter so that way we can have everything running. So we got that fuse box on there, that is all set. Now I think one of the biggest issues that I'm gonna have with this build is that the fact that this Jetski, even though it's just the hull, there's nothing in it, that this thing weighs so much. I'm gonna have to try and strip a little bit of weight out of this as much as I can. We've got this big metal piece like the steering column from here, that's pretty heavy. And one thing I noticed is, even though most of the stuff is out of here, listen to this seat when I lift this up. There's water in the seat. Let me do it again. This thing is full of water. So this thing weighs quite a bit right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a drill bit and just poke a hole on the underside of this, and we'll see if we can drain some of the water out of this seat. Whoa, there she is. Oh boy, let's see how much we get out of this thing. So there was a decent amount of water in there, and it still seems like the seat is pretty saturated, so I'm gonna let that kind of dry out a little bit, see if I can have that dry up as best it can. So now that I've got the seat draining over there, I'm gonna see how much more I can strip out of this hull so we can try and reduce as much weight as we can. So I was actually able to strip quite a bit out of the inside of this Jetski hull. I mean, a lot of it is pretty much big, light items, but all in all, it probably adds up to maybe like 25 pounds, which isn't too much, but I mean, I'll take whatever I can get just because it's gonna be putting less stress on the scooter once I get that on there. The next thing that I have on my list is to kind of mock up these two kind of side by side, or like kind of get the dimensions, the overall, you know, length and width of this, and then kind of match where that's gonna sit in the middle of this Jetski. Obviously, I want the handlebars and the steering column to preferably end up right in this area. So again, once I cut out the bottom of this Jetski, it's gonna reduce more weight from this thing, so that'll kind of play to my advantage also. And right there, take a look at that. Those two kind of match up perfectly. It's crazy how the scooter is shaped like a Jetski and the Jetski is shaped like a scooter. I think this is actually gonna work out perfect because we have the steering column lining up just like that. We have the back of the scooter lining right up with the Jetski. I might have to chop this fender off. We'll see once I take some more dimensions and kind of get everything set in stone, but this is looking sick. I think this is gonna turn out awesome. That is gonna wrap everything up for today's video. I'm glad I was able to get this started. I'm glad you guys were able to start seeing some progress on this build. Let me know what you think in the comments. If this is something you guys would ride, if you think this is completely ridiculous and should not be on the road, let me know what you guys think. Also, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can see the progress of this video. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace.